Sometimes it helps if you produce a very rough study of the basic anatomy or point of view, or even the basic subject matter that you're going to explore later with conceptual ideas. So I've taken that and I've just sort of moved it off to the corner, just as a reminder. Some of the more important principles of design to keep in mind when working on a concept are those that perform certain functions which invoke a sense of relation and or relevance to recognizable content. You should focus on providing your viewer with a design that's both aesthetically pleasing to the eye as well as a piece of work that is believable as much as it is captivating. It's easy to lose yourself in what looks cool versus an idea that also makes sense to those looking from the outside in. A good designer always needs to remember that he or she are not the only ones who need to understand what they're communicating to their viewers. The very basic nature of this design comes down to real-world armor transformed into an elemental form of anatomy. So the anatomy as a whole has to kind of come together in ways where you're combining multiple different elements of influence and inspiration to merge them all and have them produce this fabricated but realistic looking piece of work. In doing that and fixing or modifying such changes, I also recognize that some of the shadows and some of the highlights in those areas didn't read as well as I'd liked with certain forms, namely the cheek or cheekbone region, which sort of had this curve to it. And this way you can effectively manage the darkest of values more easily than if you were to look at the piece of work as it stands. Simply setting the layer to screen just lightens the values overall. Use fresh eyes to recognize what you want to change or what's necessary to change in order for you to provide the strongest, most professional concept that you can provide.